So this is my third try at this recording. So let's see how well this one works. Okay, so you have page 224 in your packet, and it is also online under the math link. So let's go over this briefly. One of the things that you're not going to have is you are not going to have a GeoBoard at home. So if you would open another tab and go to apps.mathlearningcenter.org/geoboard/, then it will take you to a free online GeoBoard that you can use while you are working this out. Directions say, remember that you can classify and describe triangles in two different ways. Acute triangle, all three angles are acute. That means that they are less than 90 degrees. Right triangle, one of all the angles is right triangle, or excuse me, a right angle, which means that it is 90 degrees. Obtuse triangle, one of the angles is obtuse. That means that it is greater than 90 degrees. An isosceles triangle, two sides are the same length. Scalene, each side is different. And equilateral, all three sides are the same length. And back to the isosceles, it says two sides are the same length. So in number 1, the directions tell you follow the instructions below each GeoBoard to draw some different triangles. Hint, build your triangles on the GeoBoard first, then copy them onto paper. So this is why you would use this free app online, because it will help make it a lot easier for you to work with something before you put it down on paper and then feel like you want to erase it and possibly frustrate yourself. So let's look at what we can do first. It says an acute triangle, so that tells me that all three angles are acute. I'm going to grab one rubber band, okay, and I let it go and it snaps onto the pegs virtually. Okay, if I need another rubber band, I'm going to click, okay, and a third rubber band for my third side. Are each of these sides acute? Yes, so I have done the first one here. Now you'll go over to your paper and you will draw a picture that looks just like the model that you made. That's not what I want to do. I apologize. Let's try again. Ooh, that's the screenshot I had. Okay, we want to be right here. Okay, let's draw on it. Let's make it larger so you can see. Okay, now I'm going to take and draw my acute triangle just like that. All right, so now when I do the next one, it says an obtuse triangle. I'm going to use the same color if I want and start over. And if I want to, I can select the rubber band and then hit delete or backspace, and that will take it back off for me. Or if I want to use a different color, I can pick a different color to do my other angle. In this case, it is the obtuse triangle. So I'm going to make one that is obtuse. Okay, so now here are my two acute angles, and here is my obtuse angle. So now I'm going to go back over, and then I am going to draw the image that I created. And that is really squirrely looking, but you get the idea. So it'll be a little easier for you guys because you have it on pencil and paper. Okay? All right, so continue to do the same for a right triangle that is isosceles, a right triangle that is also scalene, an obtuse triangle that is also isosceles, and a scalene triangle that is not obtuse. So just to kind of help you out there, we're going to go under and underline what would have to qualify as. So it has to be a right triangle, and it also has to be isosceles. So here's a right, and here is isosceles. So it has to qualify for both of those right here. Okay, next one, a right triangle is also scalene, so it has to be right, and it also has to be scalene. Okay, the next one says an obtuse that is also isosceles, so it has to be both. Remember to check your chart up top. And a scalene that is not, ooh, look at that clue word, not obtuse. So if it's not obtuse, that means that it can be acute, right? Or it can also be a right angle. So just make sure that you pick one or the other, but you just cannot have obtuse in this one right here. All right. The last one is the challenge. It says, Dana says it is impossible to draw a right angle that is also acute. Do you agree with her? Well, that's part of a question. I have to state whether I agree. Then I have to explain why or why not. And I have to use the geoboards to test my ideas. So there are 3 parts to this. Please make sure you're answering each part. This 3 parts. Do you agree or not agree? And explain your reasoning why, and use a model to explain. Okay? All right, well, comment in the section under math if you need me to answer any questions or clear up anything for you.